lot of trainers also struggle with how those dogs respond to pressure. I think trainers struggle with two things when it comes to these breeds. You take you take Presa, Cane Corso, Morble, all these mastiffs, right? Like, of course,
Mhm.
there's a lot of slippage within those individuals, right? You'll have some that are high drive, some that are low drive, some that are no drive, some that are uber confident, some that aren't at all. But in general, when we speak about those breeds, there are two common traits that trainers struggle with. Number one, yes, there's often a lack of protracted motivation. Like, he's got food drive or he wants to play, but oh crap, it's been 5 minutes and he's finished, right? And then that impacts a lot of trainers who overly rely on those things. And then a lot of trainers also struggle with how those dogs respond to pressure. And the way that these dogs typically respond to pressure, and you can lump the Rottweiler and the bully and all those types of dogs in there, is they tend to be quite sensitive to pressure, right? When they're not stimulated or aroused. They're actually very sensitive to pressure, and you have to be very careful how you introduce it and
Right.
how you use it. The problem with those dogs comes in when something excites or arouses them. And at that point, all of a sudden, when that arousal kicks in with those breeds, it's like they turn into a different dog completely. And the level of sensitivity that they have, you need 100x that amount in order to accomplish the same result that you were accomplishing, with a fraction of it. And so most people go up, 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 and then all of a sudden the dog overreacts, overstimulates, redirects on them, becomes more intense in its arousal towards the target stimuli, be it another dog. Usually it's another dog, right? Person, or so on and so forth. And people really struggle with balancing the use of pressure in the training with those dogs. But when you use pressure with those dogs, you really need to know what you're doing,
Mhm.
because when you don't, what I see with a lot of trainers, what they end up with is a dog that is forever in a state of containment. But that dog's always on a tight leash and they're always holding the dog back, and oh, we can't get too close to other dogs because he's going to lose his mind. So the dog is always what we call in a state, he's always in a state of containment, because they never were able to actually install meaningful impulse control on that type of dog. Because yeah, the pressure that works when he's not aroused, like it impacts him very, significantly, and you can delude yourself into believing he's fully under control until something spikes his arousal, and then you lose him completely. And that's the difference between like a trainer that really knows what they're doing and one that does not.